to my first mini-sode episode of my wonderful knitting life. My name is Margaret. I am a knitter, crocheter, sewer, quilter, teacher, mother, pet owner, and all of those wonderful good things. Today I want to just drop in to do a little small episode about Holst yarn, which is a company in Denmark. And I went to the post office after work and I picked up my 2 parcels that came from Denmark, from Holst Garn, and it only took them a week and a half to get here. It probably would have only taken 5 days if I was in southern Canada rather than in a small town in the rural north area of Canada. But it really didn't take very long to get here considering the distance that it traveled. I think what I'm going to do, for those of you who are interested in the yarn, is I'm going to unwrap my packages. I've got a whole variety of yarns to show off, and some of the yarns are actually new to me today. I really wanted to check out a couple of things that I've never tried before. And then I'll talk just a little bit about what it's like to order from the Holst website, because one of the things that I've mentioned in earlier videos is that the website is not in English, but you can change it to that. I've talked about the different shipping rates a little bit, but not completely. So I'll talk a little bit about that at the end of the video. But for those of you who love to look at yarn packages, this is definitely the moment. I just cut the top of them open. I haven't really dug down inside, and I don't completely remember everything that I ordered. So it'll be a little bit of a surprise for me as well as for you. And I do have to say that sometimes the colors on the website can be slightly different when you see them in person. And that is a challenge to all of us ordering yarn online. But I do enjoy a large variety of colors on the color wheel. So I always find a use for whatever color comes my way. So in both of my parcels, I ordered their second level of weight for shipping. So that would be just under 2 kilograms. And that comes in at about $20 for the package. And as you can see, I have 2. So I split it up to make sure that I didn't get to a higher level of shipping costs. So in my first package, you can see that it's wrapped in plastic, and it's wrapped in a very durable plastic and quite tight. I've never had a parcel come from them that's been damaged or ripped. They've always been in really good shape when they've arrived. So I think that their processing of their packages, they're doing a great job. I did have to pick it up from the post office. It's the first time that's happened to me. I got a card at my house, and I had to go in and give identification in order to pick it up. Normally it's just left on my doorstep, but I think parcels are going missing from doorsteps a lot these days. So I think that's probably a good safeguard. It's a little extra work, but I appreciate making sure that my yarn gets to me without going missing. All right, without further ado, I will start pulling things out of the first parcel, which is right here. All right, so they come wrapped in these plasticky bags. So I don't store them in these plastic bags that they come in. I switch over into Ziploc bags when all of my yarn that's wool. I keep it really safe in plastic Ziploc bags for longevity storing. Okay, so I find that oranges and reds on my camera, they tend to really brighten up. This is more of a beautiful dark dull red, and as per usual with Holst garn, it has depth of color. I don't know that you're going to get that color here, but you might see that there's some little blips of other colors in here. So you get a really, not a flat color is the word I'm looking for. All right, so this is the Holst Supersoft, and this is the color Brandy. And like I said, this is much darker than it's appearing on the camera. It's a beautiful, deeper red. They come on these cardboard inserts or cones, and they are listed as 500 grams in weight. Now, I take great pleasure in weighing them and marking on the little tag on the inside where it says the colorway, how much yarn there actually is. And I've been told that the cone is 42 grams. I've never actually gotten right down to the cone as yet. Pretty close, but not completely. And when I weigh them, I have had cones that have been about 650 grams, so just a little bit more than 500. Well, actually 100 more than you're actually ordering. And I've even had some cones come as large as 750 grams on the cone. So a good 700 grams. So Holst is very, very generous with their cones. So that's my first cone, and that is in the Supersoft, 100% wool, the color Brandy. All right. So I'll go through the cones that are in here first. So the next cone that I have is a new color for me. These are all new colors for me. I've never purchased these colors before. Just going to break into this plastic bag and read which one this one is. It matches my sweater really well. All right, so this one is showing itself quite well in the camera. It's pretty true to the color. And again, you can see that it's not a flat color. This one has blips of cream in it. That's what I'm catching right away when I take a look at it. I really like it. This is the color Sapphire, and this is in the Supersoft, which is 100% wool. And if you've watched my previous videos, you'll know that this comes right off the production line, and it's not washed. So it has spinning oil in it, and it seems like it's extremely, extremely fine. And it is. It's definitely a fingering weight. You could call it a light fingering, but I would say it blooms into a pretty regular fingering, and I just love it. It's become one of my favorite yarns to work with. All right, so still in the first package, and I have 3 cones, which I managed to squeeze into this order. And this one here is called Mouflon. And it is a gorgeous, it's coming out a little bit stronger caramel in the camera, but it's a light beigey brown, really useful. I loved color work, so this is the kind of color that's really useful as your base color or your main color. And that is, again, the 100% Holst Supersoft, which is 100% wool. All right, I'm doing well for the cones here. I haven't weighed any of them, but that is something I will do later today to see what I have as far as the weight. All of these cones you can also buy in 50-gram balls. So if you're not looking for that amount of yarn, you can go with a smaller amount. So the next thing is something that's completely new to me. Holst has developed a new line recently, and it's called Haya. And there's their label. They have a nice cursive writing on all their labels, which I really like. So their Haya line is 70% baby alpaca, 20% mulberry silk, and 10% yak. And this colorway is called mauve. And This is the first time I've checked this out. This is amazing. The Titicaca is incredibly soft. So that's their 100% alpaca, and it's very much a lace weight. This is a bit on the heavier side, but it is incredibly soft. I just wanted to see what it was like. I got 2, and my plans for this is to make a large Sophie scarf. Not the tiny one, but more one that I can wrap around. It's very cold where I live, so we use a lot of scarves. Sometimes, like I said in an earlier video, you might have one under your coat and then one on top of your coat. So the knitted scarves I find really useful, but this is just super squish. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's amazing. I love it already. I can't wait to knit with that. That just feels, I can't let go of it. Okay, I gotta put that aside. All right, so I have another parcel. So again, this was the just under 2 kilograms weight, which comes in at about $20 USD for shipping. And you can squeeze a lot into that. All right, so I've got another variety of items here, and they relate to the cones that I have sitting on the back here. So these 2 cones that I have sitting behind me, this is the Coast Tides. I didn't order these today, and that orange is a lot duller. Okay, much duller color. The Tides is a 70% wool, 30% silk, and it is not as warm. I have made my Calliope sweater out of Tides. It has almost like a Donegal tweed look. The silk comes out with these little blips or bits in the yarn, and it's really pretty. I really like that. However, I don't find it as soft as, believe it or not, the Supersoft, but I really love rustic yarn. So what I decided to do with this order was to get some Titicaca that would go with those. So I'll just open this up, and what I managed to pick out, and I'm gonna work with these to make them blend. So this is Titicaca. It's the lace weight, 100% pure thin alpaca. It is 50 grams and 400 meters of yardage, so it goes a really long way. This colorway, if I can find it, is called French Feeling, okay? And that one I want to pair with this purple one, which is called Confetti, okay? So I'm going to be pairing those together, and they're more similar in person than they are on camera, but I know for those of you who put 2 strands of anything together, or maybe 2 strands of this and 1 of this to get a heavier weight, you'll know that when they come together, they really blend quite well. So that's my plan for those. And then I also picked up a Titicaca that will go with this color, which is Mandarin, I believe. Yeah, Mandarin. So these are going to go together. And they're nowhere near as bright and orange as they're coming out on camera, even though I really like that color, but much more subdued. So this Tides is Mandarin, and this Titicaca is called Apricot. And I love it. The Titicaca is super soft. It would turn any yarn into a dream yarn. It's amazing and cozy and warm. All right, so I have something else that's new to me in here. I haven't looked at this before I'm videotaping. So this is this here is their Highland Sock yarn. And their Highland Sock yarn comes in plains, it comes in stripes, and it comes in, I think there's a taupey marl. This is more of a gray marl. And what I wanted to do with this was to make a sock with the toes and heels a different color, but on the ribbing, I wanted to do some colorful stripes. I just thought that would be super cute. And I got 2 of them. They are 50 grams each, and they are 80% superwash, Highland wool, and 20% nylon. So I have 2 of those to play with. And from what I'm feeling right now, they're amazingly soft. A lot softer than certainly some of the sock yarns I've used in the past. And I would say it's a fairly fine one, a weight one. You're not looking at something like Croy that tends to be more like a sport weight. This is definitely a sock yarn weight. Okay, I still have a couple more things, I think, in my second parcel. So this one, this is a grab bag. And these are very economically priced on the website. I believe this, yep, it's 200 grams. So these would be ends when they're putting all of the yarn into balls, and they have little odd amounts, but they are all of the same dye lot. So I can't remember how much this was, but it was less than $10, I think. So really good value for money. And I find gray is something not necessarily that I would do as a whole color in a sweater. As you can see, it might not be the greatest color for me. I'm better in the warmer tones next to my face. But gray, I find, pops really well in any color, in a colorwork sweater. So this is a grab bag, or a 1-color bag of Holst. So not on the cone and not in a ball. It's putty is the colorway, and it is 55% wool, 45% cotton, if I'm reading that correctly. I'm pretty sure that's the balance. And I'm going to be using this to go with my other Coast yarns, which is more of a summer, spring, fall type yarn. It's extremely soft. Way softer than the Supersoft. So if rustic yarn isn't your thing, this one might be. And especially if you live in a more warmer climate, this would definitely do the job. Okay, I'm really happy with that. And in my last parcel, I still have 2 more cones. All right. Like I said, I don't always remember what I ordered, so it's kind of like Christmas all over again when it gets here. Okay, oh, I love this. Okay, what do we have here? All right, so this is Supersoft, 100% wool, and this is elderberry, and it is not as dark as it's coming out on the camera. This is purple. It's like a rich wine purple. They have a darker purple than this called Sloe, S-L-O-E, and Kelly and Noelle from Knits and Pieces really like that color, but I can't seem to get that to show very well to you. Oh, maybe there we go. Yeah, that's pretty reflective of the color, and I can't wait to use that. Oh, that's a really nice purple. I love it. All right, one more. Last one. Oh, I'm in love with this already. Okay, oh my goodness, this is Coast. Oh, this might have to be a half and half wrap. I love this. This is kind of like a muted mauvey purple. It's much duller than what you're seeing in the camera there. It is so soft. So it is the Coast. It is cotton and wool, and this is called Plum. Oh, there's a better version of the color. So I might be doing something like this. Oh yeah, I really like this color, and it's so soft. Amazing. All right, So those are my packages that arrived today. I am going to be not short of yarn to knit with. This is going to keep me busy for a while. And I just love having it all around me. I don't know, they're like my babies. I'm in the process of very slowly moving back to Ontario, and I find it very hard to take some of my yarn and leave it at the family cottage and not have it here with me. Yeah, I don't know if any of you have ever had that experience. I think this is what I might be starting with, making the Sophie scarf. And this was that new yarn Haya. And from what I'm feeling right now, this is a yarn I might be looking for again. This is incredible, gorgeous. Okay, so if you were just here for the opening of the package, I've opened it, it's done. But I'm going to just tell you a little bit about ordering from Holst on the site from Denmark. So if you want to order from them directly, and I would highly recommend it, because the yarn, if you find it in Canada, and it is sold in wool stores, yarn stores in Canada, online and both in store, a great way to see it and feel it, see the different lines, although they're not all always sold in a store. Sometimes a store will just pick Supersoft, for example, and that's what they'll sell. There's definitely a markup, okay, because they absolutely have to pay their employees, pay their rent and all of that stuff, and I totally understand that. And I always support people buying from local yarn stores, because if it's not us buying from them, they're not going to make it. So that's super important. But if you're going to buy a large amount like I am here, it's worth it to buy from the site from Denmark. So if you go into your Google search bar and you type in Holst, Holst, and you can certainly add garn, which I believe means yarn, Garn. It'll bring you to their website. And when you first see it, it's not going to be in English. So you'll need to change the language to the language of your choice. And that's very simple. So here's the thing that you need to know about the prices. When the prices come up on the website, they are the prices that have added in the tax for that country, okay, which I think is the VAT for the European countries. So that price is not reflective of what you would be paying in American dollars. All right, I'm Canadian, so I pay in American dollars, and I just have to bite the bullet on the exchange rate. But the yarn is so economical that even with the exchange rate, I'm way ahead when I'm needing this level and amount of yarn. All right, so you want to change the dollars into USD or whatever you prefer, and then what you might want to start doing is filling up your basket with the things that you want. I would suggest then that you go and view your cart and make sure that you put in your country, because your country is going to change the price on all of the yarn. The taxes that would take place in Denmark are no longer going to apply to you. So you'll actually then get an idea of how much the yarn is in American dollars. So with the shipping comes from PostNord. So that's the Denmark postal system. And they have 3 levels of shipping. And I played with that a little bit last night. So your first level of shipping, or your least, is when your package is going to be under 1 kilogram or 1,000 grams. So what you can do is you can fill up your cart, and then you're going to see when you put that extra ball, the price is going to go up to about $20. If you don't want to go to that price level, take out a 50-gram ball, and then you're good. Okay, you're locked in at that price. And the price for that weight, I believe, is maybe something like $12.95. So if you want to go to the next level, which is about $20, you're going to do the same thing, but you're going to need to keep your amount of weight just under 2 kilos or 200 grams. So you can fill up your cart, add a little bit, you'll see the shipping price bounce up to about $60, and then you can take one out and see if you can lock into that $20 price. And those two packages will come like mine did today, wrapped in this very durable plastic, nice and tight and snug, and you're good to go, okay? So the next level is about $60. I'm not sure if there's a higher level, but there probably is. If somebody is ordering for a yarn store, I'm sure there's more levels of prices, but as just an individual, I've never really gone and looked at that. The prices for shipping have gone up. At one time, they were lower, and I did order more than 2 kilograms, and it came in a box. And I had about 8 cones in that box, so it was great. But that level of shipping has definitely gone up, so I don't do that anymore. I do what I did today, that just under 2 kilograms. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's useful to know about shopping from Holst Garn in Denmark. No, I can't think of anything that I've missed. But it's super simple. The yarn, I love it. I've been using it for quite some time now. And I hope you enjoyed all of that about this yarn. And I will be back with a fuller episode another time, but there was no way this package or two was going to wait until I did a fuller episode, because I really wanted to see what was inside my packages. So thank you for watching. If you've watched till the end, thank you for those of you who have already subscribed to my channel. If you're new here and you enjoyed my content, it would be great if you could like and subscribe the mini-sode that I've produced today. So take care, everybody. Be happy. Enjoy your knitting. And feel free to check out Holst Garn if it's something that you're interested in. All right, take care. Bye-bye.